To the sky. Pops is over here waving his arms. How could you not? Come on. Eat it. Elbows out. Raise them. Put your hands together. Get them together. Up in the air. Earth, Wind, and Fire, Matthew. Yeah, yeah. Come on now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's them. That's how it rolls. Yeah. Right. We're rocking and we are funky. We are funky. Give me another second. Let me fix the funk. I'm gonna fix the funk. What am I doing this morning? Oh, Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's the song we used to wear our headphones to. Go out in the desert. We were connected to a car, my car. We had headphone jacks, and there was no wireless. But I had 40 feet of cord, and I'd be dancing out and go, keep your head to the sky. You keep your head to the sky. Don't ask why. Now we're gonna get some. Oh, let's read some stuff to each other, music. Give me 1 second. Let me get my pot together over here. I was all funky grooving. I'm all funky groove. You guys, wake up. Wake up. Who wasn't up? Give me. First of all, there could be a couple more likes, but that's okay. Was anybody waving? Tell the truth. If you did, honestly, if you waved, you're in the first giveaway. Ready? Wavers? Wavers only, and you gotta be honest. This is gonna be interesting. There might be only 1 or 2 waivers. Pops is in, because Pops was waving. Okay, Penny was shaking her booty. That'll count. We'll give you that. But I really want to wave. Really, no waivers. There's 38 people here. No waving. DJ had his hands up. Night doesn't count. Feeding a cat is nothing close to waving with Earth, Wind, and Fire. Okay? Toe waves. Oh, you were doing a little wiggy wig? No, doesn't count. Anybody could do a toe wave. Okay, well, forget the wave idea. There weren't enough of you. We're going to do a different giveaway. I did not wave. Laura says, I felt like waving. That's close, Aviator. What's wrong? Why were you guys not waving? What? Okay. You guys be very aware that next time you get some funky groove, there might be a reward in it if you'll get down with Pops. Okay? No, too late to wave night. But you gotta get down with Pops. Hold on 1 second. Please. Are we live over here? There we go. We're not live. Okay. All right. Well, next time. Next time you guys will funky groove with Pops. So let's get started real quick. I woke up this morning and I said, I can't do it again. I can't. I have to do it. I have to. I can't do it again. I have to. I can't. I can't. I must. Okay? Before I go on, did I lose followers because of that start? Did I lose any followers? Subscribers? Did anybody quit tea? What a negative question. Did anybody give up their subscription? Did anybody give up their subscription because we played Earth, Wind, and Fire and Pops waved? Did we? We kind of pissed Jesus off. You said, gosh, I hope not, Penny. If so, it's your loss. You guys, we're getting so many new followers. It's so beautiful. There's so many new people. New people. If you haven't won here before, you're in. Let's go. I'm going to ask a question. Just never winner befores. Okay. Oh, Carrie, no way. I'm already having fun. I can't stop laughing right now, and I haven't dosed. I didn't. Never winner befores. Ready? If you've never won here before, then I want you to be in on this contest because I have something I'd like to give away. Trip you, I love you. You guys ready? I am old. This is never winner befores, please. There should be about 4 of you here now. Okay, there should be about 4. So here we go. What am I? I am old. Don't answer Pops. The first person that answers Pops is off the contest. I'm not old. My body's just aging, but I'm not old. This is the clue. I am old. I began appearing in recipe books in 1806. 1806, I'm in a recipe book because I'm really old. The next clue I read is going to be a dead giveaway. Mushrooms, nah, they've got to come along sooner than 1806. Yeast, fast track. So I'm looking for baking powder. I'm looking for never winner befores to answer. Pops ain't old. Smolders, you keep track of them too. You're one of my helpful keeper tracker guys. Do you guys need another clue? Remember, Kieran used to tease them. She said there's a reason they've never won before. Chocolate. Slingy, why are you answering? You've won before. Come on, bro. I think you just made a mistake. Okay, never winner befores only. Yeah, that's okay, Slingy. It's all right. You're trying to win for the 7th time this week. I get it. I am old. I began appearing in recipe books in 1806. I am considered the original cocktail drink. The original cocktail drink. That should be your dead giveaway. Original cocktail drink, 1806 in a recipe book. Because you're really old. Did you hear that? You're old. Martini. Brady says martini. Nope. It's not a martini, Brady. Any other never winner befores? Bridgie knows the answer. He's just not saying it. Is it a 42? I don't know what that is. It's not a martini. It's not a Sazerac. DJ. It's an old-fashioned. DJ Stephen Pitts is now a winner. DJ Stephen Pitts, good job, DJ. You're no longer in the Never Winner Before Society. I am considered the original cocktail drink. I am the official cocktail of Louisville and the most popular in the U.S. I am old. I began appearing in recipe books in 1806. I got my name in the 1860s when patrons started asking for a whiskey drink in the old style. Don Draper drinks a version of me in Mad Men. One recipe of me is sugar, whiskey, Ango bitters, one splash of club soda, and an orange slice. I'm old. DJ, nice win. DJ, you get to play a game with us this morning because you've never won before. So you've won today. What did you win, DJ? Well, I guess I'm going to give you this. First of all, okay, here's what we're going to do. You can have this. Oh, it's kind of blue, isn't it? It's rather large. It's a Thrasher, Melmac Thrasher. Or you can have one of these 3 boxes. 1, 2, or 3. DJ, let's go. You make that decision. Boop, 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 or a boop. No, Smoldy, heavier than that. The middle box. There's 2 middle boxes. Oh, well, actually, there's a middle box. If I counted this as a box. You're going middle box, so that's going to be this guy right here. Here we go. You were listening to some advice out there. Nicely done, DJ Stephen Pitts. DJ, what's in here? Oh, I think you're going to like this. I think you're going to send me your address pretty quickly. I would if I were you, because guess what's in here? That's a whole bunch of ghost crumble dust stuff. What happens is at the bottom of my, see, I usually have my fruit come in 70-pound bags. After I've harvested them, I store them in 70-pound bags. And then after when I'm going to break them down into smaller units, there's some crumbles down at the bottom of the 70-pound bag. So these are all of the little stuff that's fallen off. Look how blue and dark, and I think it's going to be wonderful. This is the dust off the bottom of that 70. Oh, you're not going to believe how much there is at the bottom of those 70-pounders. Guess what else you get? Okay, guess what else you get? No one else has gotten this for a long time, actually. We're going to show you. Oh, those look neat, right? Right? But you're really not sure what they are. You're not quite sure what they are. Boop, boop, boop. And then we keep going so fast you can't possibly. Then we open it up and we show you that it's really quite nice. Freeze-dried penis envy babies. Oh, I'm a baby penis envy. I'm really strong, though. That's what's in your box. Boop. Rather potent box. DJ, give me your address and we'll get that out to you. I'm gonna do a little something else, all right? Did you guys like the crying babies? What was I doing? I have to show you something, then I have to read something. Freeze-dried babies. They're strong. Is that a big fruit? How big is that fruit? If I get 5 more likes, I'll turn it over and show you the other side. If I get 5 more likes, okay, I just need 3 now. I'm literally bribing likes out of my mycology friends just so they can see the other side of the fruit. Okay? It's literally, Nat, you're right, it's a sunflower. There it is. We have enough. Look, oh, that's what it took to get likes out of you guys? You need to see better and bigger shrooms? I know what to do from now on. This right here was the root, not the root, but the vulva right here. Here's the stipe all the way, and then boom. Can you imagine how fun this was watching grow? And then it has a ride-along friend in there that I can't break off. If I did, I'd kind of ruin the biggie. So it has an attachment, a whole nother one that grew in there with it. This thing was intense. You should have seen it when it was fresh. You should have seen it when it was fresh. Yeah, Matthew, that's what it's called, the base part of the mushroom. Look at that. Keep growing, Pops. Keep growing. That was awkward, but it was cool. Are you guys working out? Here first. Are you giving stuff away? It'll grow so fast in your tub, it comes back. It says, don't give me away, I'm too big. And you're like, you start getting greedy. That's what happens. I'm like, I don't want to give it away, it's too big. Really? When did it get too big to give away? Honestly. What do you want to do? I want to keep a collection of all these just so I can stare at the big collection. See them all. And when did it get too big? When is it too big to give away? Those are Kim says she gives the biggest away. I believe her. That's why she's going to be the next International Kindness Ambassador for the next month. She's sharing it. I might as well make the announcement now. I didn't mean to. No, I'm going to tell you later. But Kim's number one. Kim's one of them, and there's another one. We have co-ambassadors this coming month. Slingy's time in the office is up this week. Do you guys want me to? So there's a movie on Netflix. There's a series on Netflix called How to Change Your Mind. I keep watching you guys talk about it here on your... Kim, we'll talk about it some more. But you're definitely the IKA ambassador for next month. For the next 4 weeks. Definitely. Definitely. And then there's another lovely person that's going to be the co-ambassador with you. Okay? But that's... should have been obvious to everybody here who it was going to be. Definitely not sure. I'm a 100% term limit guy. Sorry, doesn't matter how kind you are, how good you are in your month in ambassadorship. Term limits for sure. So Bridgie, it's a book too. You're right, right? How to Change Your Mind is on Netflix. And I said, there's a book too, right? Let me read the book. And then I'm going to watch what they do on the Netflix. I don't want to do it the other way around. Okay? I don't want to do that. So I started reading. I got it on my Kindle yesterday. My God, it's great so far. It's good. And I'm only a couple of chapters and the foreword into it. But the good part so far, just like, he's talking about psychedelics and how we can heal our minds and use psychedelics in the process, right? But he starts out with some history. Who's You guys already know the answer, but who's the father of, let's just say, psychedelic drugs in the first place? The first chemist. This guy. You guys all know who it is. Just quizzing you because I want to ask you guys a question. No, not me, MVP. Jesus, that's a good answer. Shulgin, that's a neat answer. Let's say Albert, wouldn't it be Hoffman? Let's go with Hoffman. Okay, DJ's pretty close there. Huxley's just a touch later. But Hoffman, in terms of being the chemist, right? Boy, what a neat study he is. He lived well into his 90s, and he continued to just really be a proponent for the use of psychedelics. And it shamed him to see what they did with it in the 60s, and they really used it for a portion of time, and as a result, all research stopped. We have this huge blank space in our medical history, in our science history, where we just didn't research psychedelics drugs at all. We called them class 1, we put them on a shelf, and they made us afraid. I was taught growing up, now this is early 70s, late 60s, I'm growing up, just past the flower child. I was being taught that literally you take LSD and you will jump out of windows. You'll want to fly. It's the most, we were literally culturally brainwashed. This author talks about it here in the book, at the very beginning of the book. He was too. He was probably around the same age. We were culturally brainwashed to fear LSD, and then they lumped in mushrooms. There was a guy in my high school that went a little bit loony. I think it was schizophrenia because it was around that age. The whole gossip became he did a bad trip of LSD and he spun himself out, and you're going to go to a lunatic asylum if you take half a tab of LSD. No kidding. It was almost like he was the witch we could point ourselves at. Like the one exam, and it had nothing to do with LSD. I'm kind of waxing off on the subject here a little bit, but it was, wow, did we lose 40 or 50 years of research opportunity? They dived back into it in the 90s, so they're not even telling us about it. Johns Hopkins has been all over this for the last 20 years. And they're just now popping their head up because the culture is saying it's okay. But they have data now, and lots of it. That's why it's so easy for this to happen fast. It's flipping fast because the data's already been compiled. They've changed culture now too. But that's a separate subject. Listen to this. Give me 5 people. No, give me 5 people that say, Pops, read to us 3 or 4 paragraphs about Hoffman and LSD when he first found it. Lee, they have database, I'm not kidding you. Between Oxford and Johns Hopkins, they have been doing so much behind the scenes research. There's a huge paper came out in 2006, and none of us even know about it. And now I'm just starting to read that paper myself. And this was a research paper they're considering one of the best research, a double-blind research done, peer-reviewed. And it's talking about the amazing help of mushrooms. Where's that paper been since 2006, man? The medical community just sort of, oh, it's a great paper, we'll put it off to the side. As a young chemist working in a unit of Sandoz Laboratories and charged with isolating the compounds in medicinal plants to find new drugs, Hoffman had been tasked with synthesizing, one by one, the molecules in the alkaloids produced by ergot, E-R-G-O-T, that ergot. So some of you said it here, yeast ergot, right? Ergot is a fungus that can infect grain, often rye, occasionally causing those who consume bread made from it to appear mad or possessed. One theory of the Salem witch trials blames ergot poisoning for the behavior of the women accused. But midwives had long used ergot to induce labor and staunch bleeding postpartum. So midwives for hundreds of years have known that this is a good holistic medicine for us to use to staunch bleeding and to help induce labor. So this laboratory's got this scientist working on isolating the alkaloid molecule by molecule so they can find a good use for this. It's fascinating science. In the fall of 1938, Hoffman made his 25th molecule in this series. So he's been isolating them. He's up to number 25. What a job. I'd love to isolate a molecule. Give me 5 people that one day would say, teach me how to isolate a molecule I'm in. I'm not kidding. I'd spend all the time in the lab I need. If a guy would take me in there and teach me how to isolate a molecule, I would do it. That'd be fascinating. So he's up to number 25. Okay? In this series, he named it lysergic acid diethylamide. Right? Look at how many of you guys would say it too. Lysergic acid diethylamide, or LSD-25 for short. See how many of us are scientists at heart? That's why we like mycology. Like, we're supposed to be scientists. Well, we are at home. Preliminary testing of the compounds on animals did not show much promise. They became restless, but that was about it. So the formula for LSD-25 was put on the shelf. History could have stopped right there. Now, do you guys want me to read some more? Should I cliffhang you and tell you the rest of the story tomorrow? Cliffhanger. This would be a perfect place to stop. And I'll tell you some more tomorrow. Because right now, LSD-25 is on the shelf. It's sitting on the shelf, poor LSD-25. And there it remained for 5 years. Until one April day in 1943, in the middle of the war, Hoffman had a particular presentiment that LSD-25 deserved a second look. Here his account takes a slightly mystical turn. Normally, when a compound showing no promise was discarded, he explained, it was discarded for good. But Hoffman liked the chemical structure of the LSD molecule. And something about it told him that the substance could possess properties other than those established in the first investigations. Those are his writings. Another mysterious anomaly occurred when he synthesized LSD-25 for the second time. Despite the meticulous precautions he always took when working with a substance as toxic as ergot, Hoffman must somehow have absorbed a bit of the chemical through his skin because he was, his words, was interrupted in my work by unusual sensations, unquote. Hoffman went home and he laid down on a couch and, his words, quote, in a dreamlike state with eyes closed, I perceived an uninterrupted stream of fantastic pictures extraordinary shapes with intense kaleidoscopic play of colors, unquote. Thus unfolds the world's first LSD trip. In neutral Switzerland during the darkest days of World War II. That's pretty fascinating. Do you think the universe wasn't trying to say, hey, World War, there's a way out? We're already starting to show you. Right in the middle of it. It is also the only LSD trip ever taken that was entirely innocent of expectation. I want to say that line again. I had to reread that a couple times. I love the way it was written. The only trip ever taken that was entirely innocent of an expectation. Every time anyone after that's ever touched the stuff, they had an expectation of some sort. That's a neat thing. And then he had that experience entirely free of expectation. Now that had to have been, whoa. Think about it. Go back. No expectation. Something rubs off on your skin. You're gonna, and all of a sudden, I'm on a rocket ship. And you will have to go through this whole rocket ship experience. And then you come back. Intrigued, Hoffman decided a few days later to conduct an experiment on himself. Not an uncommon practice at that time. We practice on ourselves too, right? Proceeding with what he thought was extreme caution, he ingested 0.25 milligrams. A milligram is 1,000th of a gram. A milligram is he took 0.25 of this LSD and dissolved it in a glass of water. This would represent a minuscule dose of any other drug, but LSD, it turns out, is one of the most potent psychoactive compounds ever discovered. Active at doses measured in micrograms, that is 1,000th of a milligram, this surprising fact would soon inspire scientists to look for, and eventually find, the brain receptors and the endogenous chemicals, serotonin, that activates them and keys the unlock. They were looking for them as a way to explain how could such a small number of molecules have such a profound effect on the mind. In this way, and others, Hoffman's discovery helped to launch modern brain science in the 1950s. They're like, how could that little deal make us... They figured out serotonin from that. And it launched brain science. Wow. And we just, then in the 60s, we said, oh, you're jumping out of windows. Stop the research. Now unfolds the world's first bad acid trip, as Hoffman describes. We will take that one up tomorrow. Okay, that's the cliffhanger. Tomorrow we're going to talk about his next trip. And if some of you have already advanced, some of you are already sharp, you're going to know that the next thing that happens is it's called Bicycle Day. You guys know what Bicycle Day is that are paying attention out there? Bicycle Day, April 19th, is it? When is it? I don't even have the words here yet. I'll put them down tomorrow. Bicycle Day will be the next thing that we talk about tomorrow. We'll be reading about Bicycle Day tomorrow. And it'll give us something to look forward to reading on that tomorrow. So that was our mycology today. Okay? You guys okay with that being our mycology lesson today? We had an LSD lesson today instead of a mycology lesson. There you go, Losty. You said that was our Lucy Day. Let's do a giveaway. I'm loving that book. That's just at the very beginning. It's teaching us a little bit of the history. DJs ride bicycles. You have some bicycle sheets? That's funny how you lost. It makes sense too. Here we go. I feel smarter, Trippy. Me too. I do too. I feel smarter when I read that stuff. And you know what really makes you smart? Is when you reread it at people and you sort of, I'm not reading straight out of the book. I try to put a little story talk in there too. Because I'm reminding myself what I read and putting, balancing it all. It's so beautiful. And because I wouldn't get the opportunity to do that if you guys weren't here. Thank you very, very much. You helped me learn. Thank you. Top 10. Top 10. Now, you're going to have to be specific. You're going to have to be specific on your answers, okay? And everybody's playing. Okay? Thank you too, Mrs. Red. Top 10. You have to be specific. Okay, I picked the one I'm going to pick. Top 10 fastest fish in the world. Go. Super fast fish, they're flying around in the water. They are fast as can be. Fast flying fish. Salmon and marlin and dolphin and marlin and sailfish and marlin and sailfish and swordfish and marlin and barracudas and dolphins and bass and shark and tunas and wahoos and swordfish and striped marlin and perch and barracuda and blue tuna. We're getting specific now. Flying fish, porpoise, swordfish, sailfish, great white, tiger, barracuda, sand shark, sand carp, white shark, and pickerel, wahoo, rebel rob. He was specific and he said blue shark, and that is the correct answer that Pops picked. Reb, you did win. Now, Reb, I'm not sure if you won this week. I forget. I know you won for sure recently, but here's the answers, and then you'll decide if you won this week what you want to do. Number one is sailfish. A lot of you said that. Marlin, you guys were all over marlin. Great job. Bluefin tuna, number 3. Yellowfin tuna, number 4. You can see why I wanted you to be specific. Blue shark is number 5. Wahoo is number 6. Bonefish, number 7. Swordfish, number 8. A lot of you said that one. Tarpon, number 9. And a tiger shark, number 10. So nice job. Hey, Reb, did you win this week? I'm just asking. Because if you did, you can have this box, but you won't be eligible for a big box tomorrow. I don't want to give 3 in 1 week. So he did not, so it's a non-issue. Great. Thank you, Red. Now, guess what you get? Red, here's your choices. Oh, a minute ago, we only had 1 little fruit up. Just little fruits. Now we have 2. I'm not getting them both right away, but you can pick fruit 1, fruit 2. Oh, you do not know which is heavier. Fruit 1, fruit 2, or box 1, box 2. It's up to you, Big Reb. One, 2 on the fruit or 1, 2 on the box? Box 2. There we go. Okay, Red, let's get that box for you to look at. So just by way of explanation, I see some of us talking about it. Let's keep it down to at least 2 boxes a week. It used to be just you could win 1 all week and then win on Friday. Now it's even, I'm letting, win a second one during the week, it's okay. But then maybe you wouldn't be qualified for Friday. Let's just try not to take 3 boxes out of the pile when there's only about 15 there. And then I try to add a few more. If we can think about it that way, huh? So here we go. Woo, we're still giving away some of that stuff from the bottom of the 70-pound bag. 70-pound bag, and this is still what's at the bottom, and it's delish. And there's tons of uses for it. Ghost. Then, and you know what's the best part about this, to be honest with you? It's all the blue stuff that's fallen off, right? It's all the blue stuff that's fallen off. So yeah. Then we have 2 Broccolios and 2 Pops in there, right? Oh yeah, Nat, 70 pounds. Easy. And then we also have a tidal wave. Very nice LC of tidal wave. This stuff is kicking strong. So that's your box there, Red. You know what to do. Get me your information, and we'll get this out to you ASAP. Now make sure you get it out of the mail as soon as possible, too. With the liquid culture going out and in the heat, you just want to be a little more careful. So far, we haven't had anybody say, I think I might have had one person say, but it wasn't ours. They wrote me a question. Said, I think my LC got fried in the mail. Can you recover it? And I said, well, I don't know, because I don't know what fried in the mail looks like exactly. But if you do get it, your LC from anywhere, including me, and it looks like it's not in great shape, put it in your refrigerator. Put it in your refrigerator. And wait for I usually put it in the butter container area of my refrigerator. Believe it or not, I don't even keep butter in there. It's full of syringes. I can show you right now. It's full of syringes. And then if you put it in that little area, after 24 to 48 hours, pull it out and look at that syringe. Pull it out and look at the syringe. If it looks like that, it's still in great shape. If it has a dark line, it's usually kind of a dark brown line developing right across the center of the syringe, like right across the center, then it's contaminated. It's gone bad or it's contaminated. Then I wouldn't use it. Okay? It's tricky here, you may, and I apologize, you may have sent me your address for yesterday's box, but I don't remember seeing it, or if I did, it slipped by among my other 77 emails yesterday. So do me a favor, Trick. I didn't get your box out yesterday. I need your address again if you sent it once. If not, please send it to me. I'll get that to you. That's a good trick, Penny. Put it in your refrigerator, and you can check against it in a couple of days, and you'll know what the condition of it is. Okay? I located Sherry. I wrote to her, and I offered her the box that's sitting here. So far, she hasn't sent me her address. I hope she would someday, because that's the one that made me feel bad. I know I didn't treat her as nicely as I could have. And I also don't want to live with the guilt of it, because I've done the best I can to say, I'm sorry, and here's the gift, I usually don't keep them around. It's still sitting over there waiting for an address. So if she would ever send it to me, I can complete my penance. Okay? That wouldn't be hard to do. So we were talking about pain yesterday. Okay? We were talking about pain. In this book, The Untethered Soul. And we were talking about pain being, quote unquote, the price of freedom. Right? And then we were also talking about the heart. The heart is where pain comes from. No, moms, and I honestly don't. I've done the best I can, and that's an object lesson. I continue the object lesson. I was in front of you guys all last week when I sort of, you know, got upset because somebody was just grinding that they thought they should have won a contest, and okay, I overreacted, got it back together within a few minutes, and continue to offer that to anybody that I don't like to treat people badly, and then it's not your fault if you can't make it up to them. That's it. So it's okay, right? We don't want to belabor that one, but it does actually kind of, we could in a way, because just continue it. But then it makes her look like I'm talking gossiping about her. I'm not. She had every right to respond in every way possible. May not even be aware. So, yeah, it's not something that we should talk about more, other than to say just do the best you can when you've made a mistake. Let the pain go. Just watch it. Like, you know what? I can watch myself dive right in. Like, oh, and then I'm upset because there it is. It's sitting there and she hasn't sent me the address. And I'm trying to make up to her and she won't let it. And really? Back here. Really? Stop it. Okay, sorry. You could do it for about 15 seconds, but the really guy back here, the observer, if the observer back there looks at it and goes, really? And you're like, oh, yeah. My observer sounds like my dad. Does anybody understand that? Does anybody answer that question? That's a good question, Kieran. Where'd Benny go? I agree with that, Tricky. Does anybody's observer sound like their father or like their mother? If it's a girl, I don't know. Mine sort of sounds like my dad. But I have a feeling we sound a lot alike anyways. You know what I mean? If we're both on the phone, you wouldn't know which of us was talking anyways. Yeah, I do too, Kim. So here we are. The heart is where pain comes from. Is that funny, Shay? It almost sounds like that. I guess it has to have if you want to put a sound to the voice. Yeah. My grandfather. Both of them. The old football coach. That's a good one. Yeah. Your observer doesn't talk? That's interesting. Mine certainly makes observations for me. He talks to me. Starts out, remember, we talk about him in here. He's the roommate. My roommate. And the roommate's usually the observer. He's usually there in the shower. Like, I get out of the shower and I'm like all observed up. But actually I'm observing constantly all day long. All day long. Let that stuff come, watch how it feels, and let it go. I'm not even joking. This example we're using over here, without putting anyone's names to it. You know? Can you imagine the boxes sitting there with perfect goodwill and somebody's like basically saying, you know, they're not interested. Just keep eating it. Without resentment and without building anything up, just there it is. The heart is where pain comes from. And this is why you feel so many disturbances you go through during the day. You have this core of pain deep in your heart. Don't deny any of this. Don't know that, not me. This is natural. This is all of us. Your personality traits and behavior patterns are all about avoiding that pain. You avoid it by keeping your weight a certain way. Weight's a huge pain avoider. Huge. Both directions. It's a really big pain avoider. It's an insulator. You wear certain clothes. talk certain ways. You choose certain hairstyles. Everything you do is about avoidance of pain. I know, Lee, it's true. And that's how can we keep people from being in pain? You can help heal them. I think you teach them don't avoid the pain, right? Isn't that what we're teaching us? But observe it and let it go. Ooh, how do you do that? Well, we're going to keep talking about it. Everything we do is about avoidance of pain. If you want to validate that, watch. No, that's not true, Pops. Oh, really? Watch. Just see what happens if someone mentions your weight or criticizes your clothes, makes fun of your hairstyle. These things you chose. Some people have complete meltdowns, man. Every time you do something in the name of avoiding pain, that something becomes a link that holds the potential for more pain that you're avoiding. Oh, geez, we're a wreck. If you do not want to deal with pain at its core, then what you do is you avoid it. If you're hiding yourself in a busy social life, then anything anyone does that challenges your self-esteem, such as not inviting you to an event, will cause you to feel pain. Let's say you call a friend to go see a movie and they say they're busy. Some people feel hurt by that. You'll feel pain if the reason you called them was the avoidance of that pain. Let's say you go outside and you call your dog, hey, Spot, come here, and he doesn't come. If the reason you called Spot was to feed him, and you just put the bowl down and let him eat when he wants, it'd be fine. But if you called Spot because you had a hard day and Spot didn't come, you would feel the pain. Remember, what's your reason for calling Spot? To avoid your pain. So now you called him, you're going to get more when Spot doesn't come. This is so normal. It's because deep inside there's a pain you haven't processed. Your attempt to avoid this pain has created layer upon layer of sensitivities that are all hidden and linked. The next paragraph says, let's take a moment to see how these layers build up. It's a great stopping point. We're going to pick it up there tomorrow. Let's talk about these layers. How did they build up? The more we know about how, the easier it is to see to the bottom of them. This is pure therapy, man. We're literally our own therapists if we just understand this stuff and go, wow, I get it. I can start today a totally different way, and I didn't have to pay a single person a single dollar. And I just got to start being kind and not getting into my own melodrama, which of course is being kind to yourself first. See this melodrama I could have had about that situation with this gift? Oh, I could get into the melodrama of it, couldn't I? Some people would. There's no melodrama. Just is what it is. Happened what happened. It's sitting as it is. What happened will happen. Man, it feels good to talk like that. That is not an old Pops. That's a new Pops. Old Pops? Oh, I could have steam coming out of my ears. Like, oh, I'm not appreciative, this and that. And you can, oh my God. Just getting there, just saying that, I started getting my shoulders up and everything. God, get out of here. We'll pick that up tomorrow. I love that book. Karen, I'm going to mention it now. Karen is the other International Kindness Association ambassador coming up. Doesn't that make sense? Kim and Karen together. First of all, the books are coming from Karen, half of the books we read here. But more than that, look at the things that she and Kim say as they're just observing here with us. So, Miss Kim and Miss Karen, you two are the International Kindness Association ambassadors named by Pops. It's almost like an extra shroomy. Named by Pops. It's Karen and Kim for the next month, next 4 weeks. And you can't say no. They can't like say, no, Pops, I really don't want to do it. You just can't. It's not one of the deals. Okay, you guys are ready for this? This is a good one. Most common. Congratulations to those two love girls. I love them both very, very much, and they bring a ton to this community here. A ton. And you all know what I mean. And Kieran saying no would be unkind. That's correct. That's your first act of ambassadorship, is to not say no. Most common surnames in Germany. Top 10, go. Most common surnames in Germany. Oh, you guys don't know any German last names. Give me a German. Wasn't Hoffman a German last name? Didn't I just read one? Yeah, that guy Hoffman, he's from Switzerland, but that's a German last name, right? Baumgartner and Schultz and Fritz and Gunther and Mueller and Schultz and Hans and Fischer and Vaughan and Weber and Meister and Weber and Reiswig and Pfeffer and Sir Pizza and Schmidt and Johnson and Schumacher and Wagner and Exhart and Schwartz and Schmidt and Mueller and Fischer and Pfeffer and Van Volkenberg and Schneider and Schmidt. I think I just like being German. And Koch and Klein and Schnitzel and Vettel and Braun and Meiger and Pavilion and Schmidt and Schneider and Meyer and Fischer and Hiller and Schroeder and G and Wagner and Vettel and Wagner and Hofmeister, Wagner, Bigfoot, Wilmer, Fischer, Lister, Messerschmitt. What am I doing? Mercedes, Becker Menzel, Umbrellas Academy, Fischer Schnitzel. So it starts with a Z. A Z. That's the biggest giveaway on the planet. Eckhart, Schneider, Klein, Koch, Forrest, Wagner, Fischer, Bratwurst, Gunther, Hurst, Becker, Frankenstein, and Schmeinenstein. Frank and Becker and von Braun, Morgetti, Newman, Whittaker, Hoffman, Bond, Klein, Schwartz, Schnitzel. Exception, you got it. Zimmermann. Exception, good job. Zimmerman, that's not a tough one, you guys. Myers, number 1. Schmidt, number 2. Hoffman, number 3. Meyer, number 4, thanking you. Schwartz is number 5, Schneider 6, Zimmerman is number 7, Keller number 8, Kleining, number 9, and I missed one of them, so being an idiot. Anyways, Zimmerman was number 8. Exception, way to go. You haven't won in a minute. Girl, what do you want? Which one do you want? Do you want the big fruit or you want the box? Big fruit or box? Big fruit or box, you get to decide. You guys, how about that German accent? Was that out of control? Big fruit or box, now you get to decide. Ooh, ooh, ooh. to know how much this weighs? Ooh, you already answered. I guess I'll tell you guys tomorrow. Ooh. Can I tell you that it's more than an eighth? Here, Pops, send me an eighth, and I send you this. That's what you'd get. But exception, this is what you got. Oh, not bad. You sounded like a Bond villain. 15. This is an extra pack. 15. 15. There's 15 Popsies in here. Okay? Thank you, Penny. And 2 beautiful Penis Envies. This one's so blue, wait till you see it. This one's ridiculous. Okay? So you got 2 that are way more than that. It might be about the same. They might be about the same. Exception! Get me your address, please, my dear. Let's talk about that bad trip that Hoffman took on Bicycle Day tomorrow. You guys want to do that? I haven't forgotten. I wrote it down. We're going to go talk about that bad trip, and then we're going to talk about some good stuff. All right? Exception, great job. Thank you, dear. Shirumi Award winner. You guys, thanks for being here. What a neat day today has been. I really had a good time today. Hope you guys did too. 1 or 2 of you write to me and say, Pops, that was a good show today. You know who does that all the time? Eric the Machine Montgomery. If he thinks it was a good show, he writes to me. I'm like, yeah, you're right, buddy, it was. You guys have a great day today. Love you all. See you here tomorrow. Let me scroll you out. Lee. Kimberly. There she is. Kim, IKA Ambassador. Probably starting Friday or Saturday. DJ. Wubba wubba tubba bubba wubba wubba tub. Slingy and Hags. Tomorrow's going to be great. Ms. Red. Not sure. Junkers. They're Junkers. Vegas. Nice to see you here today, babe. Trippin' and Slingblade and Trippin' Vicky. And I lost my iPad and Happy and Bubblegum Kello and DJ. Don't expect it, Pops. Don't ever have expectations, but you can certainly ask, right? But don't have an expectation of a reply. DJ Vegas, I lost mine. That's another one of the rules. You can always ask, and you can always say no, too. You have the right to say no. That's a tough one. Do you really? Yep, you can say no. Pain. Exception, have a great day. Aviator, Shay, Caitlin, Smolders, MVP, thank you. Ladran, thanks. Thank you very much. Jesus Christ. I haven't teased you all day. I took it out on you all day yesterday. I gave you a break today. Penny Pack and Silly Guy, and I lost mine, and Nighty Nights, and Jeffrey in New Zealand, love you, bro, and Natty Nat, there you are, Moms and Nighty, and Bridget, MVP, DJ, True Heart, goodbye, True Heart, I'm glad. It's a lot of us look forward to this hour in the morning, probably me more than anybody. Fast Track, Laura Devine, Cap Tank, Penny Pack, Shay Shay, Trippy, Matthew, there he is, Scheisen, Mushmouth, Tricky Peeps, off of Wiedersehen. That's perfect. Jesus Christ, Trippy, Jeffrey, Randall Kuna, Randall here. Randall, come back tomorrow and get a donut. Eric, Trippin' Vic, Kimberly, Vegas, Carrie, thank you too. Randall and Jesus Christ and Bridgie and Trip and Ms. Red and Ribble, Ribble, not sure, Cap, Dank, Mushmouth, Wubba. Am I catching up? I just did. MDK, Menace, the Dennis, MDK, DJ, Jesus Christ, and I'm going to just roll out with Bridge. Bridgie, Pops, peace. I'll see you guys here tomorrow. Shasta, I'll say goodbye to her. See you guys tomorrow. Pops, peace, love. Be kind to each other. Out.